Hey everyone, Jeremy here. It is Thursday night and we're going to create some art. It's going to be awesome. Sorry I wasn't able to make it here the other day. I'm just getting over a cold. I figured you guys didn't really want to watch me like just kind of sneeze all over the place and stuff like that. But I am feeling much better today, so I appreciate all the well wishes that you guys gave me. Um, I'm pretty excited about what I'm working on tonight. A good friend of mine, Dave, he lives in the UK. He recommended a dog show to me that I wasn't aware of. Apparently, I'm the only one on the planet who did not know of this dog show. It's called the Crufts Dog Show. It's a UK based like international dog show. It's supposed to be like this huge thing. I do watch like the national dog show that's on like Thanksgiving here in the United States. But I didn't even know that this thing existed. But apparently, it's a lot of fun. It's going on right now. I figured if I'm drawing dogs, I might as well draw some of the dogs from this show. That's what I'm working on today. I'm working on the 2025 winner of the Terrier group. The dog's name is Hannabell. So we're going to work on Hannabell tonight. Hopefully that's kind of cool. I want to give a shout out to a couple people in the room. We got Rome Dog, we got Kid, we got Kinsley Loves Puppies, and we got Because I Can, which is enough for parties. So let's jump right in. Um, in my typical style, I went ahead and kind of sketched out where I want the dog to be, added some watercolor. I added some clear gesso. If you're not familiar with that process, I do have a video. It's on my channel's homepage where I kind of go over the process. I'm probably going to make a couple more of those videos just to kind of like reiterate the process, but for now, this is what it is. Um, yeah, basically you just start with watercolor and then you kind of give it a surface that you can work with, and then I work in pastels over that. So I'm gonna do that for Hannabell here. Beautiful puppy. I love terriers. They're so great. Um, I had a Jack Russell Terrier of my own in the past. It's been many years, but I've always loved the breed. They're great animals. Hopefully I can pull this off because I don't have any clear pictures of Hannabell. So I'm just going to kind of wing it and see how I go. So anyway, hopefully you guys have been doing well. Like I said, I apologize I wasn't here on Tuesday, but because I can't point, it's not like you guys could have caught my cold, so maybe I could have still done it. I just thought it would have been kind of gross to be sneezing all over the TV and like the camera and stuff. So yeah, so I don't know. I have done these live streams sick before. You can kind of hear that like it's still a little bit with my voice and stuff, but I think that think I think we'll be okay today. Like I said, I don't have any clear pictures of Hannibal, so this is gonna be a little bit tough, but I think I can pull it off. See how it goes. Any of you guys familiar with the Crufts Dog Show? You guys watch it? Anything like that? I know that there's some dog lovers in my chat, but I don't know if any of you guys are that much of a dog lover. Just Dave, who is from the UK, so Just Dave, he pops in when he can. He usually catches the show on, video on demand the next day, just because of his hours and stuff. Like I think it's nighttime there in the UK right now. But anyway, he recommended it. He used to, I don't know if he bred greyhounds or he just took care of greyhounds, but he was really big with the greyhounds over there. I've done a couple of dogs for Dave over the years. His dog Not Spot is a beautiful dog. I did a portrait of Not Spot at one point, but it has been a while. Anyway, the process is like just kind of like feeling my way around, kind of figuring out where different features are after I get the base watercolor down. I don't really want to cover up the watercolor. I kind of want the watercolor to remain, there. But I do want to carve out some detail over it. Hopefully I can get these eyes looking right. Hannabell looks like your typical Jack Russell. So I figure if I just pull off a Jack Russell, it'll kind of look like her. But I do need to capture that likeness. So I'm hoping to get, even though I don't have a very clear photo of Hannabell, I'm hoping to get some of the markings, facial features, things like that. And we'll see what happens. I don't expect the owners of Hannabell to ever watch this, but I want to do well by it just in case they ever do pop in or something like that. You know, these dogs, they have fan clubs, so I want to make sure I get it right. Um, hey, MJ, how's it going? You had me at JRT. I don't know what JRT is. Uh, Mike K says this process is awesome. I do art as well. Rome's buddy. Hey, cool. Nice to meet you, man. Yeah, Rome's been sending a lot of people over here. Rome's got a new puppy, guys. Yeah, so a lot of you guys know Rome. He's a regular in here, and you guys have gotten to be friends. If you want to meet his new puppy, he put up a video the other day, a live stream. I got a chance to watch it. I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before. He just got a new puppy. It's like a pit bull based mutt, I think. I don't think it's full pit bull, but yeah, he's got a cute dog. So that's pretty exciting. Oh, Jack Russell Terrier, JRT. I'm, you know, yeah, look, I get credit for being smart sometimes, but it's misplaced. I am not a very smart person. Um, it is not something that I don't catch on to things very quickly. So yeah, JRT, okay, Jack Russell Terrier. They're beautiful dogs. I love them. I had a Jack Russell Corgi mix. His name was Lucky, or at least, well, he was my parents' dog, but he was mostly my dog. We used to go and hang out together all the time. But he was an adorable pup. I'm not a big fan of small dogs personally. Um, but you know, little dogs like this, they kind of grow on you. They're it's kind of hard to not like a dog like this. So when doing the watercolor process, I was trying to like there's a lot of white in the dog's face. I was trying to leave that open. I don't know how well I did on that part, but I think we'll see. This is a pretty cool process. I do like how these pictures turn out. I love the name Hannabell. Yeah, it's a beautiful name. I love the name Hannabell. It's like you know, I'm obviously more familiar with Annabelle, but Hannabell is like really cool. I don't know. I think Hannah is a pretty popular name over in Europe anyway. So to kind of combine those two, it's kind of neat. This so I think I'm supposed to point out that this dog is from a particular kennel that's well known. It's called Totgrees. Um, Apparently, it's a well known kennel that breeds Jack Russells. So there's like a lot of so I think the full name. I don't know how this stuff works. I'm not a big dog show person, but I think the full name is Totgrees Hannabell. Like you have to name the kennel or something, or maybe they're just giving credit to the kennel. I don't know how that works. So I think there's more brown on this side than there is on this side, looking at the reference photos. But again, like I said, the reference photos are so small for this dog. I'll be lucky if I just like pull off a actual Jack Russell. I'm gonna call it Hannabell, even though it may not be perfect, is what I'm getting at. Because I can says I'm living the dream. Most call it a nightmare, but I'm good with it. Nice. I do have a kind of a scratchy throat still a little bit, so if I do cough or something, I do apologize about that. But you know, you guys have been sick before. You guys know how it goes. I don't think it was a bad sickness. I basically what was it? Monday I got a little bit sick, and then by Tuesday my nose was like all red and like scaly and gross and stuff. It was not a pretty sight. That's mostly why I canceled. I was like, I don't know. Excuse me. Sorry, still got a little bit in there. Um, I'm not like a particularly vain person, so I don't care if I'm like gross on camera, but I wanted to spare you guys the grossness of it, just out of like kindness, I guess. But yeah, I still got a little bit stuck in my throat. Probably doesn't help to be drinking bourbon while I'm recovering either. I don't know. Bourbon cleans out the insides. That's my take on it. It's alcohol. You gotta wash out the insides. That's for the adults in the room. And any kids in the room, don't drink bourbon. It's not good for you. I expect to do more of these pictures if I enjoyed this one, which I'm pretty sure I will. But the there's a bunch of different categories. Again, I'm just getting familiar with the Crufts show. Apparently, it's one of the big ones, and I didn't know. So I'm just learning about it myself. Um, so I'm following along in real time. You can go to the crufts.uk website or something like that and Google it or whatever. And they have they have some videos up there of it and stuff. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna be watching all of it through the weekend. I think it's just through this weekend. And more of these winners as they come through and stuff. I might tackle them as well because my goal is to like do a lot of these pictures of different breeds just so I have like a good collection. Terriers are great to start with, but I want to do at least one groundhog, not groundhog, greyhound. Why did I say groundhog? Groundhog Day was recently. Um, I want to do at least one greyhound for Dave because that's his dog. His dogs are really into, like he's really into greyhounds, is what I was trying to say. Your brain's faster than your people. Well, my brain's faster than like the way I speak. Like I'm sitting here saying groundhogs when I mean greyhounds. I probably make all kinds of mistakes when talking that I don't realize until I go back and watch this later. Just Petos is showing us the drawing. Yep, he's pointing it out for us. I like Geppetto. He's cool. Jeremy, completely. I'm glad you feeling better. Yeah, completely understand. Thank you. I appreciate it. I am feeling better. Still not tip top, but much better. Nobody likes feeling sick, but I don't like I don't like just being out of commission. I don't like missing my drawing days at all anyway. Like whenever I do miss one of these scheduled drawing days and stuff, I feel like I'm missing something. Like like I don't know. You ever go out and like you think like I don't know, you like the left the stove on or you're just forgetting something important. That's how I feel like whenever I have to skip one of these drawing days and stuff. It's not a big deal. Like it's not like the world doesn't go on without it, without doing these kind of things, but I feel like I'm missing out on something. Hey Kubar, how's it going? Kid, do you have any good news? Now I'm kind of curious. What good news does Kid have? I always love good news. Share, share. All right, so I need to figure out this side over here. Jeremy, those are pretty colors. Yeah, so like I don't know the names of the colors, but we got some blues in here. The lighting's always terrible, but we got some orangish colors in here. We got some blues. I always like with these pictures, I don't always pull it off exactly the way I wanted to, but I like to try to draw a contrast between cool colors. Kid is full of good news. Oh, what's going on with Kid? Not just waiting for warmer weather to get here. Oh, Kid. I'm guessing Kid thinks she knows where a treasure is, like part of the treasure hunt thing. That's cool if you do. There's a new treasure hunt coming. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. Anyway, sorry about the colors. So I've got cool colors here, and then I've got sorry, coughing up a lung. And then I got the warmer colors. I tried to draw that kind of contrast in these pictures to greater or lesser degrees. But yeah, so like there's a new treasure hunt coming. I don't know if you guys have seen that news, but Justin Posey, the guy who owns the Forest Fin treasure chest, apparently probably rehid that, and he wrote a book that is coming out later this month. So if you guys are looking for a new treasure hunt to sink your teeth into, that is coming March 27th. We just learned about the book today. So the book is called, Beyond the Map or something like that. It was, yeah, Beyond the Map. So yeah, that's coming here soon. I don't know what kind of treasure hunt it's going to be. There's a boots on the ground aspect to it. I don't know what kind of puzzles there might be. So there's like some gold bars in there, some jewels, some crypto, if you're into that kind of stuff. So sounds pretty exciting. I think he's supposed to launch it with the Netflix documentary on the Forest Fin treasure hunt. So that's March 27th. So mark your calendars for that. I don't think I'm very good at treasure hunts. Like I participate in a few, and I get some good ideas, I think, for where things might be, but I can never really pull it off. So I don't know if I'm going to buy this book. I think the book is like $50 or something, so it's not like cheap. I mean, that's pretty comparable to other treasure hunts, so it's not like it's expensive either. But to me, it would be like a $50 lottery ticket because I'm not all that great at solving these things. But as we get closer to the launch, I might actually post about it or something. Oh, kid, I'm not. I'll probably still stream, even though I'm going to get up early for that documentary broadcast. I mean, that's the plan at least. I haven't talked to Ben and solidified anything yet, but yeah, the plan is that I will watch that in real time with him. Just because he was kind of looking forward to it. I don't know. Sometimes people change their mind or whatever. I'm up for it. I can't speak for him though. But yeah, if he wants to get up at 3 in the morning, well, it'd be 3 in the morning for me. It'd be like one in the morning for him. Yeah. The thing is, I don't really expect that much from it. It's just a documentary. I don't think there's going to be anything all that eye-opening or special about it. A lot of people are looking forward to it, but I think some people are going to be disappointed. I think the expectations are going to exceed the actual documentary. Because I've seen quite a few documentaries on Netflix. They're never all that great. Like I've watched documentaries on basically every single, crime of the century and, you know, all the mystery ones and stuff like that. I mean, sometimes just like cultural ones as well. They're interesting, but they're not earth-shattering or anything like that. So I think some people are probably going to be a little bit disappointed by the Netflix documentary. Well, I thought I could get through without coughing up a lung, but no, my lung just doesn't want to stay in my chest. Could be all right. I don't intend on dying on camera. That is not in the cards for me. At least not my intent. Oh, I've been watching the new Daredevil show on Disney Plus. That is good. That is really good. Um, for the kids out there, I don't recommend you guys watching it because like it's basically the fourth season of the Netflix Daredevil. So even though it's on Disney Plus, it's still got all of that kind of like gritty kind of like violence to it and stuff like that that's not really good for kids. Um, but I was a huge fan of the original show on Netflix, and I'm happy to say that even though it's somewhat different, like it's not exactly the same. I mean, it's been 10 years since it's been 10 years. That's crazy, right? Since the original Netflix Daredevil show. So there's a few differences, and also this is under the Marvel banner, and the Marvel Studios banner, and not uh, Netflix. So there's some differences, but it feels the same. Like the themes are all there. The aesthetic is mostly there. I mean, it feels like even though it's not 100% the same show, it still feels like it's in the same spiritual kind of like genealogy of it. So it feels like it's definitely like a brother or a sibling or a cousin or something of the original. But it's good. I like it. I like the guy who plays Daredevil, Matthew Murdock, and Daredevil, Charlie Cox, I think is his name. And I like the guy, Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Kingpin. Both phenomenal actors. I don't want to put out any spoilers, so I don't want to tell you what's going on in it and stuff like that, but it's kind of cool. They bring back Deborah Ann Woll, who plays Karen Page from the original. I always liked her. I forget his name, but whoever plays Foggy Nelson, he's back. I don't want to give any spoilers, but they are back. At least they're back. There you go. I'll just say that. So, ah. Is it as brutal as the second season of The Punisher? It's brutal. They're like, I don't want. So we're only 2 episodes in, so I can't really say where they're going with this and stuff. But at least the first 15 minutes of episode one, that will set the tone. So like, if you don't watch anything else, watch the first 15 minutes of episode one of this Daredevil Born Again, and that'll give you a sense of where they're at with this, because it is a phenomenal. It's as good as anything I've seen in any of the Daredevil shows. So I don't know if they're going to stick with that. My understanding is that they reshot some of the scenes and stuff like that, so that might be part of the reshoots. So I don't know if the rest of it's going to be that good, but that was really good. The first 15 minutes of the new season. But yes, there's blood, there's violence, all that stuff that kids shouldn't be watching. It's all in there. I mean, we can kind of quibble over the degree of violence, like whether or not it's up to snuff, but it is all in there. Yeah. Yep. All right. I think we got a bit of a likeness here. Like I said, it's really hard to tell because the original picture is so small. I don't I think I might struggle finding pictures for these guys. I'm gonna talk to Dave and see if he knows a source to find pictures. I know. So I'm from the horse world, right? So horse competitions and things like that. I know all the places to go to get photos of those horses that compete, because I worked at the United States Equestrian Federation for like, I don't know, like 12 years. Um, and they're the national governing body of equestrian sports here in the United States. So I'm very familiar with how that all works. The dog world, not so much. Don't know. That said, I I do appreciate these dog shows. They're really cool to watch. You know, they get the they get like the reputation of being boring and stuff like that, like watching golf maybe. And I can see that, but for me, I really enjoy it. Hey, Studio of Art, how's it going? Because they're like, I want a puppy. I want a puppy too. I've got 2 dogs. I want a puppy. I want a puppy to keep my dogs young, like somebody for them to play with and so on. So a lot of this process is basically I come in, I make some marks, I blur them out, and then I come in and make marks over those. And that gives you the illusion of depth, which I think works really well. And then, like I said, I try to leave like enough of the watercolor showing through just to kind of like, I don't want to, sorry, I don't want to completely cover up that watercolor stuff. Sorry if those coughs are really bad. Congrats on the 1K. Thank you. I appreciate that, Studio, Mark. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for the compliment on the chair, too. I think I need to get a new one. This one's starting to get squeaky. I've had it for a couple of years now. I spend way too much time in the chair, so it's kind of seen better days. So I don't know if I'll replace it anytime soon, but I feel like I need to. That's kind of cool. I think I got enough of an ear there where I can move on. Really sorry about the sniffles and stuff like that. I thought it was over this, but it's not. The other thing is, whenever I have a cold, I feel like it's worse at night. I don't know why that is. Maybe you guys know. Maybe you're smarter than me. Um, Seems like all the symptoms and stuff kick up at night. Like throughout the day, it's bearable, but then at night, all the sniffles and the coughs and stuff like that. Could also be because I'm drinking the bourbon. Might be because I'm talking so much. Hey, Emily, how's it going? Get a nice little nose in here. All dogs have boopable noses, even the ugly ones. Actually, I don't think there's any ugly dogs. There's just like different versions of cuteness. I've never met a dog. There are some dogs that aren't my favorite. Like, I don't know. I don't want to name any off in case they are other people's favorites. Um, but like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the small dogs. I like terriers, um, but I'm not a huge fan of like Chihuahuas or little toy dogs and stuff like that. I like a dog you can kind of wrestle with and curl up with and like just keep warm or something. Those are my favorite kind of dogs. But I don't think there's any ugly dogs. Even the ones that look weird. Like I think pugs look weird, but I like pugs anyway. They're still super cute. But no, this terrier is gonna look super cute when he's done. Or she's done, sorry. So for those who just joined in, sorry, I'm drawing Hannabell, which is the winner of the 2025 Crufts Terrier group. So she is a Jack Russell from the Totgree's kennel. I think that's in Italy. So she's like a world famous, which is cool. Hey Ben, how's it going, man? Yeah, sorry guys, I've had a cold, so if I'm like sniffling all over the place, I apologize. But I think I'm feeling better at least. Like it's been a couple of days. It's one of those like 2, 3 day colds. It's not like COVID or anything like that, so that's good. Or I don't think it is. I didn't bother to get tested, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Found a puppy as an Aussie mix. Nice. Honestly, if I got another puppy right now, I wouldn't mind having one of these Jack Russells. They're super cute. So I find that like if I put a lot of charcoal or pastel in the nose area, I can just kind of use that to like blend out and kind of give it the mustache of shadow. It's not a real mustache. It's not like the dog's fur down here is actually brown or like black or gray or even or anything like that. It's just, the shadow causes it to look like a mustache. Um, so if I put enough charcoal down, I'm using charcoal just because I don't have like any black pastels for some reason. Um, or maybe I do, I don't know. But charcoal works just as good. But I put that down and I just kind of use that with the blending tool to kind of like go into some of these other areas and stuff and just kind of blend it in. It gives me a nice little doggy mustache to work with. And then over that, I have a white. Yeah, over that I can kind of create some white marks to kind of like really like kind of reinforce that mustache look. So that's all it is really. A couple of layers. Yeah, get a kind of realistic nose out of it. I can make it through the show, I promise. If I don't lose my voice. The thing is, I haven't been talking very much the last couple of days, so I might lose my voice while talking to you guys. If so, that's okay. I don't really have anything important to say anyway. I'm not really sure where the eye is over here. I didn't like leave myself like I know it's somewhere in this blue area, but I think most of the actual eye is kind of like lost in the fur. Hey Kevin, how's it going? Late night at work. Oh, you're probably getting ready for that horse show, aren't you? Ben says, "Want to tell me how you're feeling today with Netflix after all the news, or are we sticking to art?" Um, so I kind of touched upon it earlier. It's kind of exciting to have a new treasure hunt coming out. I don't know if I'm going to participate in it, um, but it's kind of neat that there is a progression on that front. Like it's been so many years since there's been anything going on in the forest fin world. Like the last time anything ever happened was the auction where they auctioned off all this stuff. And I honestly thought maybe the story's over at that point and stuff. Like, what else is there to it? But the whole idea of the treasure hunt um, still captures people's imagination. Like, it was a big deal, like to hide $1 million out in the Rocky Mountains and beg people to, or not beg, but challenge people to come and look for it. So I'm glad that there's still momentum and that the story's still there and that people haven't given up on it. So any kind of new activity, and it doesn't have to be something big like a Netflix documentary or a new treasure hunt or anything like that. It's just like little segments. Like they did a 5 minute segment a couple of months back on like as an update on Expedition Unknown. I thought that was cool. So like anytime there's any kind of like anything at all about the Force End thing, because I spent like 10 years looking for that treasure. It was a big deal to me. Um, so anytime there's anything going on there, I think it's interesting. So for them to be doing a Netflix documentary on it, uh, that to me is something to look forward to. Like I've said, is some of the people I know is going to be on it. So that's kind of cool. Like you know, just to see those guys. And then there's a new treasure hunt coming out of it, which we just learned about today. So that's kind of cool. I don't know how much that's worth, but I would expect that to be worth a lot. I mean, they said that there's like gold bars in there. There's some gems and things like that. So I'm kind of a retired treasure hunter, but maybe you know, I'll don the hat and grab the whip and head off into the back into the mix of it, like Indiana Jones. Who knows? We'll find out. But no, it's pretty cool. I'm just glad that there's stuff going on, you know. Uh, Emily is a really good artist. Yes, sorry. Emily popped in here a while back. I'm sorry, I forgot to give her a shout out. But Emily, what is her username? I think it's more like Emily something another. Emily's Fine Art. Emily is a excellent artist. I encourage you guys to go and check out her channel. She just recently did a horse herself that she spent several days on in colored pencils. Beautiful, beautiful drawing. So I encourage you guys to go and check out Emily's channel. But yeah, Emily's a fine artist. There you go. Yeah, we definitely support other artists on this channel. So like anytime one of you guys pop in here and I forget to give you guys a shout out, make sure that you guys remind me because it's very important to me to do that kind of stuff. Because like other people's done it for me, you know, kind of like giving me a shout out and stuff, and I think that's very cool, you know. Like I had one of my actual like people I idolize in here the other day, Hamrib, uh, I think it's just Hamrib. She's an excellent painter, and she popped into my channel. It was awesome. I was very surprised to see her in here. That was very cool. That like made my entire week. I just thought it was awesome. And got a little bit of a face in there. That's cool. See if I can get like a little mark over here. Give it a little white mark up there. All right, so that's pretty good. Good start. The problem is, like I said, I'm working from like these terrible reference pictures, but I'm trying to make do. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Ben, I am looking forward to. I'm looking. I don't know if I'm going to participate in Justin Posey's treasure hunt, just because like you know it is $50, and I imagine it's not that kind of treasure hunt that I'm interested in. But I don't know. Like it's like the JCB treasure hunt. I don't know until you know I have a look at it, and I haven't fully decided on JCB's treasure hunt either. Like I haven't decided if it's my cup of tea or not. Um, so I'm kind of on the fence, but definitely on the Posey one. It's one of those wait and sees because you know he's like I work in tech, but I'm a little leery of treasure hunts made by techie people because there's probably, I mean, I don't know, maybe they dumbed it down, but if not, it's gonna have some like cryptography in it and you know, like puzzles that I'm just not into myself. Uh I like Forrest Finn's one just because it felt like a cowboy treasure hunt. Uh you know, that guy was like 80 years old when he created it, so I felt like it was like kind of like this classic, you know, pirate treasure kind of thing. I don't know if these other modern treasure hunts are gonna be like that. But I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to diss it or anything like that because like other people might be into it. So even if I'm not into it personally, I think that other people should still explore it because these things are fun. Um, you know, they are a great use of your time. It's just you know, I have limited time myself, so I need to kind of conserve resources when it comes to treasure hunts. Plus, also, it's still kind of cold out. Maybe when it gets warmer, I'll be more interested in those things. We'll see. Yeah, and Rome Dog's doing streams now. That's pretty cool. Yeah, if you count me as an influence on that, that's awesome, man. I have learned a few tips on streaming over the months and years. So if anybody out there has no idea how to get into streaming at all, let me know. I will give you some tips. Um, obviously I still have some technical issues every now and then when I do live streams, but they're not as bad as they can. I don't know. I don't want to jinx myself because like every time I feel like I have it fixed, it still like causes problems. So this pup is so cute. Thank you, Kinsley. I mean, it did win the well. I think it won the best in show and something, but it won the overall terrier group. So yeah, I mean, it's going to look kind of cute. I joke about it, but it is true. If you want to draw pretty art, just pick pretty subjects to draw, and then that takes care of half the work for you. So like, it's funny. I don't know sometimes if people are complimenting me on my drawing or complimenting me on the thing that I picked to draw, which either one is totally fine because this is a beautiful dog. Um, huh, sorry. Um, but yeah, it's like most of the credit goes to the dog itself. And if I even half copy the essence of the dog, then maybe I get a little bit of credit for that. But it is a beautiful dog. So yeah, back to doing fur. So like there's a little bit of fur through here. So really it's just like smudging in some soft areas. It's kind of like a little base for it. Trying to get those values in there. Refreshing setup personally, I can definitely learn a lot. Oh, cool. All right, so now I got that basic soft layer in there. Come back in, put in some darker areas. And I'm just kind of roughing it in. I'm not trying to be too careful with these marks or anything like that. Just kind of roughing it in. And then in that, I don't want to smooth it perfectly out, but some of these areas just kind of smooth out a little bit. So now I've got like at least two layers of tone in here, right? So I've got a mid-tone and I've got like some darker area in there. And then over that, I wipe my face. This is what I hate about doing a live stream when you've just had a cold. You're leaking all over the place and stuff. It's not pretty, but anyway. So over that, I just come in and I put like some little light marks to represent the highlighted fur. I can get a little heavy-handed with that. That's fine. Doesn't have to be. These aren't whiskers, really. They're just like tufts of fur. And then that creates semi-realistic fur. At least that's the idea. And then you can spend time with it and make that perfect. One of the things I don't do, but I could do, and I talk about it all the time, so I should probably do an example of doing that, is that, you know, you're already using watercolor and you're already using pastel. There's really no reason why you can't fix all of this with the fixant and then come back and add like an additional layer over it of colored pencils where you can actually put in like some really fine detail as well. So that is something else that can be added. I'm gonna put some like light fur up in here. I do like drawing with these chunks of or like pastel, just because it's just fun to cause big chunks of color. Again, you don't have to be perfect with your colors either. Like this is the terrier dog. Terriers aren't blue, but I will still use like some blue pastel because like you never know. You might be in a stadium um, performing, and he's gonna have like some of these colors reflected onto them from like lights and stuff like that in the environment. I want to start drawing dogs. Dog ears are my worst enemies. Yeah, dog ears can be challenging. They can be challenging, indeed. But you know what? I think you can tackle those. You know, like anything that you practice, like you just get better at. You just keep practicing the same things over and over again, you get better at them. So if you don't like doing dog ears because you're intimidated by them, just do a bunch of dog ears. Like get a sketchbook and just, you know, draw dog ears. Just fill the entire sketchbook with dog ears. So like you watch on YouTube, people doing like these sketchbook walkthroughs and stuff like that. And they're always like these perfectly like curated experiences. Like every single page of that looks like a work of art, right? And it's a bit intimidating because like the truth of it is sketchbooks are supposed to be like notebooks that you draw in. That's it. They are not meant to be finished works. They're meant to be like little ideas, almost like drawing on a napkin or something like that. And it just cracks me up because like that's entirely for show. These sketchbook walkthroughs on YouTube. Nobody's sketchbooks actually look like that, or at least they're not meant to look like that. They're meant to just be ideas and stuff. So like, what I do recommend just getting a sketchbook and just filling it with dog ears. Like if you're worried about drawing dog ears, that's what I would do. And you know, don't try to make them finish pieces or anything like that. Just focus on the shapes. So, for example, like here, I've got kind of like an oval starting it out. I've got like a clear triangle here. So I don't have to draw this. I could just draw a triangle, draw a circle, and then kind of connect them together. Um, so that's what I would do in your notebook. Try that a couple hundred times. You'd be a master at drawing dog ears. The other thing I would recommend is like a lot of the a lot of the ears, and this is true for like human beings and dogs and basically everything. Um, they're not really lines. Like this, you see a line here and stuff, but that only exists in your mind. It's not real. Okay. What is real here is the shadows. So like this right here, this little ridge here of shadows, and I can kind of actually reinforce that a little bit. But this let me get the blue here. This little ridge here of shadows makes the ear floppy. Okay, so kind of smudge that in. So I don't have lines here. This is not a line. This is like where you have a kind of a gradient going into like a floppy ear. That kind of stuff is what makes the ear look, I don't know, normal. I don't know. I don't know the right word for it, but um, you kind of get the idea that you don't have any lines here. Is what I'm getting at. They're all just like shadows and highlights and stuff like that. Little little things that only exist in your mind. I like that purple there. Oh, it's really cool. All right, so I do kind of want a line here, kind of like a harder line. So I'm just going to add this like little backlit bit. Now, even that's not a line. It's just to kind of like differentiate between it and the background. So like you have a little bit of a like a soft line, sort of. There's like soft lines and there's hard lines in this. And of course, I'm using pink, which does not exist in the actual dog's fur, but it works well with the background. Hopefully, I won't sneeze all over this picture. That would be terrible. Actually, that would be awesome. I don't actually mind embarrassing myself on camera. Like I'm kind of used to it by now. I used to be worried about that kind of stuff. Like, oh man, I'm gonna look like a complete idiot on YouTube and stuff. But like, I've been here for a while. There are there are times when I've looked like a complete idiot, and I just don't care anymore. Don't care. It kind of goes with the territory. I don't know why I always work on this side first, and then I have to reach over to the other side because this isn't fully formed yet. But I do like this. I mean, we're only like 50 minutes into this, and I think it's starting to look like a terrier at least. I don't know if it looks like Hannabell, but it definitely looks like a Jack Russell, so that's a good start. Kinsley says, because I have tried in the past, got really upset and frustrated because I couldn't do it. I will try again though. And that's the important thing, Kinsley. Just, make 100 dog ears, You're not going to be able to make a dog ear perfect your first time. There's no expectation for you to. And you shouldn't put those expectations on yourself. Here's another thing. Like in my opinion, don't draw a dog ear. Now, what do I mean by that? It's like, well, you know, this right here is not a dog ear. This is like a circle, a triangle, and then like some shading. Don't draw that. Don't draw a dog ear. You like if you draw a dog ear, you might fail. If you draw shapes, you're gonna draw the shapes. I know that doesn't make complete sense, but in my mind it does. Uh, don't draw the dog ear, draw the shapes that you see there. Because you can draw a circle, you can draw a triangle. I mean, if you can't draw a circle, just practice that a lot. I don't think I can draw a perfect circle myself. But start off trying to draw circles and then, build up to calling them dog ears. Yeah, think of it as shapes, and I'm not the first person to say that. Like all the art people and stuff, they talk about that. And to some degree, that's what I'm doing here. It's just I don't talk about it that way. So like here, if I just start off drawing this, and this is how I kind of sketched it out to begin with. But you start off with the big shape, right? So what's the big shape here? You have an oval, all right, and then you have another little oval coming through here. You have an oval up here, and then you have a triangle here. Okay, same deal over here, like a little triangle coming off and stuff. So like, I can't draw a dog, but I can draw an oval, and I can draw another oval, and I can draw like a triangle and so on. So that's the big shapes, right? And then it's like when you're done with the big shapes, then there's like a little smaller shape in here. You got like a little circle, you got another little triangle here. So you start with the big shapes, and then you move into the little shapes, and then suddenly you have a dog. That's really probably the right direction to go. So don't draw a dog, draw the shapes. And then the shapes just magically end up looking like a dog. That's where you draw a dog. Yeah, if you just draw the shape, so just practice drawing the shapes. And then, like, I don't mean like practice where you spend a half hour at it and you call it done. I'm talking about as long as as long as it takes. I mean, it may be like a year, it may be like a week, whatever it takes for you to end up with some shapes that coincidentally look like a dog. And of course, this is a more complicated dog than you really need to pull off. Like when you're first starting out, just try like a simplified dog, um, almost like a cartoony dog. And then you can build up into like adding details and stuff like that later. But yeah, a lot of these things I still do. I still do these things. Like I just don't think about them when I do them because it's habit. That's actually one of the challenges of explaining what I do, is I have to think about it for a moment. Like what am I actually doing here, so that I can tell you what I'm doing. but that's refreshing. Yeah, like I enjoy that because it makes me think about it a little bit more than just like habitually doing it. 'Cause a lot of it is kind of like muscle memory or whatever. Like I'm not thinking about adding this fur. It's just, what I'm doing here. Dog attacked me. Your puppy attacked you? Oh no. That's cute. Newman Sagewalker. I think I forgot to say hi to you. How's it going, man? Or sorry, I don't know if you're a man or a girl. Um, how's it going, person? Yeah, there's pink and purple in here. It's not necessary to do. I'm doing it kind of like for stylistic reasons. I like the style. It's abstract realism. I had to look that up. But it is when you're kind of going for realistic looks, but you're not like stuck on realistic looks. You can use some artistic discretion. Again, I don't really want to cover up too much of the watercolor. I kind of want this to work seamlessly so that like the pastel areas kind of blend into the watercolor area. So just bear that in mind as I'm working on this. Sorry for reaching across the paper. This never really works. This pencil never really makes white marks for me the way I want it to. But I'm going to use it anyway. Who was I talking about with Daredevil too? It was because I can. But yeah, I am enjoying this new season. I think it's going to be good. Like I said, we're only 2 episodes into it, so you can you never know with Marvel movies. They always seem to start off straight, like really strong, and then they end up like getting weaker as the season goes on. But hopefully this one won't be that way. It's under the new era of Marvel where they have like higher quality control. That's what they're supposed to be doing, they said. So hopefully good things. But I'm looking forward to it. I've always been a fan of Daredevil. I was a huge fan of the original show on Netflix, so I'm super looking forward to this. Now you just need an empty notebook. Yeah, but you know what? Even there, you don't need a fancy notebook. You can use like a writing notebook. It doesn't have to be a sketchbook or anything. Basically, you don't even need a notebook, but what the benefit of a notebook is that you have all of these things together so you can kind of like track your progress over time. So you can look at, this one notebook that you've got that's just full of dog ears and be like, huh, that's how I learned how to draw dog ears. All right, so I'm liking that. Let's see. Let me get some fur going up in here. It's tough because I don't have these very large reference photos, so I'm kind of making this up almost from like what I think a dog might look like, rather than I don't like doing that. I don't like using my own brain to fill in blanks. I mean, you're allowed to as an artist, but like I want to get I want to get Hannabell's markings right, but I can't see them very well. I think there's like definitely a tuft to white that kind of goes up, but I think it's more further over. I think I need to get more sorry. I think I need more fur on this side, or more brownish fur. So I'm going to tinker with that. Just kind of, yeah, I think that's more realistic or more accurate. Maybe get a little bit in there. Again, if you're a big fan of Hannabell or you're the dog's owner or something like that, and you come in and you watch this, I tried really hard. So like, forgive me if this doesn't look exactly like Hannabell. I'm going off of bad pictures. Post some better pictures. There you go. Post some better pictures on the internet of your dog, and I will do a better picture of them. All right, I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna try every day to draw a dog ear. Nice. I love it. Rum Dog says, looking back helps you move forward. That is true. I do this on YouTube. I have like videos on YouTube that I can go back and look at. I'm not suggesting that you have to do that kind of stuff, but that is one way that you can go back and look at your old work. Now, I go back on YouTube sometimes and I don't like my old work and I just want to delete it, but at least it's there, you know? At least it's there. One of the benefits of doing a YouTube channel is that you have that kind of like log. You're basically journaling here on YouTube, your art progress. Or at least that's the way I like to look at it. I mean, I could keep a sketchbook, or I can just go back and look at YouTube. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. How are we doing on time? Okay, we got a little bit of time. So another thing with doing dogs is it's a lot like drawing humans. You have to think about the underlying. That's a gorilla dog. I don't know what you mean by that, MJ. I think you mean that's a great dog. Hopefully that's what you mean. Many moons ago, Jeremy did a really colorful grizzly. I like that. I have lots of artwork from my mom and family. My uncle has lost his has his own foundry. Sorry, he uses the lost wax method with patina. That's awesome, Newman. Yeah, I remember that grizzly. I still have the video on here on YouTube. Yeah, gorgeous. Yeah, that's a gorgeous dog. Okay, that sounds better than a gorilla dog. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, that grizzly I did. It's still here on YouTube. I really enjoyed drawing that one. I appreciate you pointing that one out. So when drawing dogs, same as drawing people, you have to think about the underlying anatomy. So here, you do have the ridge of the skull. So that kind of translates into shadows and stuff that help you form the dog. So it's not just like drawing the shapes, you're also drawing the shapes within the shape. So there's an oval for the head, but then that oval kind of comes into where the eye sockets are and stuff, and it causes these shadows here that you also have to get into your picture. Again, basically, just three different colors make up these things. I mean, it's not perfect. It doesn't render a completely realistic effect, but it's pretty close. It's pretty good. But it's just like three different colors. So you have like a base color there. So you saw me use that brown. And I'm kind of going back with this black to kind of like add some shadows. And then I'll come back over that with some white. And then those three colors make pretty realistic fur, in my opinion. And then all of that together, they call it value. You got to get the values of shadows and light highlights and stuff like that in there. And then that's what creates like a realistic picture. So just like that shadow that I just put in, kind of really gives that depth. I'll add some more over here as well. Ah, this cold sucks. I thought it was over. I am mostly over it. Value, yes. We had great value here. All right, and then, you kind of come back over that dark area with just like some lines and stuff to of like highlight, just to kind of break it up a little bit and also add, you know, some highlights. And that's the magic. That's really all there is to it. Like if I did a lesson or something, it'd be like really short. But yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, and you could spend some time making it perfect. I just don't have the patience for that kind of stuff. But you know, if you did, like I said, I seen what was her name? Emily was in here. She spent like hours on like 6 hours or something on her horse picture. I don't have the patience for that, but if you do, you can really, really bring out the realism in this picture. So, I mean, I look at artists like Emily and I'm like, wow, that's just amazing. They have that kind of patience. I've been watching this guy do a painting. He uh he spends like 5 hours per day on it, and he spends like 4 days on it and stuff. And it's phenomenal. It's museum quality paintings and stuff that he creates. But it's like, wow, how do you get that kind of patience? That's the kind of stuff that I need to work on personally. Having patience to create a piece of art that takes that long. So I am liking this. I think yeah, I think I'm getting close to calling this one done. Mostly because I think it is kind of done, and then also because like I don't know, I need to go take some sort of cold medicine. But I'll be okay. Yeah, again, I'm really sorry I wasn't here on Tuesday. I feel like I'm kind of making a bad habit out of that, like unintentionally, but I have been absent too many Tuesdays and for my liking. I did kind of make up for it, I think, last week where I did a outdoor street art kind of thing in the park. If you guys haven't seen that, I encourage you guys to check that out. I'm definitely going to do more of those. That was so much fun. I enjoyed doing that. It's gotten back to being cold, but as soon as it warms up, I will be back out there doing some street art again. I love that. I love the idea of temporary art. Like it has rained since I did that, and it's gone already. I love that my art that I created is already gone. That's so cool to me. I don't know, like, what kind of weirdness is in me that I like the idea of temporary art where your time has been wasted. I don't really think my time was wasted creating that. It's still really fun, but it's not meant to survive. It's not meant to. I mean, you can't like pull it off the pavement, hang it up on the wall or anything like that. Because again, said he saw it and he liked it, so there you go. But I like that. I like the wood burning that I've done, where I hide that out in the woods for somebody to find. Because then, like, who knows what may become of it. I like the idea of creating temporary art. I would love to do graffiti, except that that's vandalism. So I like the idea of doing chalk and street art instead. I don't think anybody would consider that graffiti because it's temporary and it washes away. But I would love to have that fight. I would love for somebody to yell at me for doing sidewalk art and then, you know, have to fight that fight, you know. But anyway, expect more of that in the future. As soon as it gets warm, just because I enjoy doing it a lot. MJ says, thanks, Jeremy, another great masterpiece. Wonder how many people took photos of it. I don't know. So like that's another thing. So I think I did it pretty quick. It only took me 20 minutes to create that. So I think in the future, I'm going to spend some more time, create a bigger picture and stuff, and try to like actually engage with the public maybe. And or maybe make some way for them to contact me, like actually sign it or something like that. That would be kind of cool. I don't know, just some way that they can reach out to me. Like when I hit that wood burning piece of art that I did out in the woods and stuff, I actually put my email address on the back of it, and somebody reached out and told me that they found it. So that kind of aspect, I will probably try to incorporate into it. This one was just like a test run. I just wanted to see if I could do it because like I'd never done that kind of stuff before. So I think next time I'll put more thought into it. But this one was just a test run. So I think it was pretty successful. Yeah, I like this guy. Or girl, sorry. This is... I think I got enough of a likeness in there where I feel comfortable calling it Hannabell. It is supposed to be the dog that won the Crufts Terrier group for 2025. I'm going to call it that, and then if somebody owns that dog or knows Hannabell in real life and wants to correct me on that and tell me that this picture does not look like that dog, feel free. So you guys just, my email is on the channel page. Send me an email and complain. And that's totally fine by me because I gave it my best shot. My response would be post better pictures because like all I had to work with was like these really small pictures of Hannabell. But I think I did her justice. She's cute. She looks like a terrier, I think. Got that little white scruffy nose. But yeah, I think she looks pretty. All right, so I'm probably gonna go and call this done enough. Just because my nose is leaking all over the place, I kind of want to like clean that up, maybe. Probably be a good idea. I want this dog. This dog's adorable. Isn't this dog adorable? All right, anyway. All right, Hannabell, winner of the Crufts Terrier group. But anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Hopefully you like this picture. I think it matches the other ones I've done in this style. I'll have to look at it and compare. But I do like this style a lot. Hopefully you guys do as well, because I plan on doing more pictures in this style. I want like a little tuft of fur kind of coming up there. Yeah. All right, sorry. Every time I go to finish something, I want to tinker with it some more. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this style. I'm going to do some more of them. Like I said, this Crufts thing is a new dog show to me. I didn't know it existed. I'm used to watching the American dog shows, and I'm not like a big dog show person anyway. A friend of mine told me about it. I'm digging it, so I'm probably going to do some more of the winners from the Crufts show. So if you're into that, make sure you subscribe and like this video so that you can follow along and watch the more. Oh, the dog. So that you can follow along and watch more of these as they come out. So anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Thursday. Hopefully you guys enjoy that weekend that's coming up, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. I will definitely be there on this Tuesday unless I'm dead. Even if I am sick, I will still show up. But as you can tell, I still have a little bit of a cold, so I'm trying to get over it. But anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out with me. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I will see you guys then. All right, bye. Thanks.